Everyone. Sorry, I've been meaning to get this up a few days earlier, but company over for the long weekend, and I just didn't really have the time. But now I do. So let's talk about a not so often talked about Martin Scorsese film from 1983, The King of Comedy. Now, this one doesn't really get talked a whole lot because it's not really a crime film, and it's actually rated PG, and it does lean more into comedy territory. I mean, it's still a drama, thriller, but I don't know. It's a little bit. It's just a different kind of film from your typical Scorsese film. But anyway, general premise. Sorry, I have a cough. So Robert Pupkin is a very obsessive fan of late night talk show host Jerry Langford. And he manages to actually get the chance to actually meet and talk to him. And since Rupert is a bit of a trying comedian, he tries to get Jerry Langford to help him out with his career and such. And when that does not go the way he wanted to, Rupert eventually resorts to kidnapping him in exchange for getting a chance to be on his talk show. And that's the general premise. Now, Jerry Langford is played by Jerry Lewis, and Rupert Pupkin is played by Robert De Niro. And this film does get a lot of similarities pointed out with Taxi Driver in the sense that the main characters of both films, both played by Robert De Niro, are obviously suffering from some sort of mental illness. With Travis Bickle of Taxi Driver, the chances are it's got something to do with some sort of PTSD and maybe some other sort of mental illness as well. With Rupert, I don't really think it's really a medical term, but he obviously is very obsessive with Rupert Pupkin, as is seen in several scenes in this film. And the way that he acts and behaves throughout really the entire film definitely shows that something isn't really quite right. However, again, since it's PG, it doesn't really lean into it as much as Taxi Driver. In fact, it just focuses really more on the story, but it is also a similar character study. And there are some good jokes in this one too, since it is, of course, based around a trying comedian and a talk show host. And obviously, I'm talking about this because there's getting a lot of parallels already pointed out between this film and the upcoming Joker film. And I gotta say, I'm really impressed with this film. In fact, Robert De Niro's performance is actually kind of similar to Jim Carrey's performance as the Riddler from Batman Forever. Hear me out. Jim Carrey's performance in that film was Edward Nygma, someone who is a little bit obsessive, can be described as obsessive, nerd, kind of an introvert in the weird sort of Joel Schumacher 90s way. Point is, while their performances back then for Robert De Niro and Jim Carrey may seem a little bit odd and off, today, thanks to the internet, it's easy to see that there are a lot of people like this that act and behave like these characters, especially with Robert De Niro's performance. So, in a weird way, the King of Comedy has actually gotten more relevant and more entertaining over time. It's very much worth the watch. Please go ahead and do so. Short video, but yeah, when I know something, I just know something. That's all I have right now. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys next time.